Hey, good morning everyone. This is Susie Schulten with Midget Realty doing a video of Atlantic Pearl at 39243 Hatteras Avenue in Avon, North Carolina. It's about 7:45 in the morning. This is an early morning edition on Labor Day, September 4th. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, about 1,000 square foot home. Let's check it out. We are just a couple lots up from the street, from Hatteras, from Highway 12. Right down there you can see 12. And then the ocean access is just right down the street, so we'll go there in a minute. It's a short street. Feels like decent elevation here. Northern Avon area. I don't see any water sitting around. I've done a couple of videos recently. You can look back at those of other houses where there's definitely been water accumulation because of the storm, and we are not seeing that here. House next door is nicely landscaped, which makes me think that it is a full-time resident. This house does not have a paved driveway. It doesn't have any gravel either. It's just grass. They have a lot of underneath of the house area that's been finished off with some nice decking, cute little swing. Little picnic area. There is a really big outdoor shower here. Doesn't have separation for like a clothing area, but there's definitely room in here for you to hang things that are not going to get wet. There's also a huge underhouse storage area. This does have flood vents in it, which means that it is below base flood elevation as of when it was built. So they have complied by putting in the flood vents. Now, would you enclose this space, make it into, finish this space, I should say? No. This area does sometimes get flooding from the sound side. It doesn't flood often. More likely you're going to have like rain ponding. All right, let's take a quick trip around the outside of the house, because the siding is something on this house that is going to need to be addressed at some point. You can see on this side of the house the siding is older. They have redone some things on the outside of this house, but the siding is definitely falling off in spots and cupping. It's a good sized yard. I'm assuming it goes back as far as the neighbor's yard, which is cleared into that tree line back there, which is unique for the North Avon properties. It's nice to have that space. Septic system is back here, and it looks newer from the size of the mound that's back here. Now this side of the house obviously doesn't see much of the weather because it's in much better shape. And as we've talked about before, that's the nice thing with cedar shakes, is that you do not have to replace them all at once. HVAC system. No label, so I can't tell you the age. I can tell you that it has seen some wear and tear up there on the top. You can see into those coils that are there. So it's probably functioning perfectly well. It's just nearing the end of its life. This side of the house is not as bad as the other as far as discoloration and cupping. You can tell where you get the shade. So this end of the house sees a lot of the sun, and you can see where the shakes are falling off and missing. And then as you get a little closer to the front of the house, where you're shaded by the house next door and the trees, it's in much prettier shape. It does look like they have done some work. It appears as if there was a doorway here at one point with some stairs, and that's gone. Probably a wise choice. And the front of the house actually looks like it has been redone, as with the shakes. Alright. Really nice little crepe myrtle hiding in the corner here. We've got the outdoor grill for people to use, and a nice walkway and stairs up into the house. These stairs are newer. At least the tops, the boards. Deck is not. But it's a decent sized space. Got a lovely screened-in porch out here. This could be super cute. Little party lights. Definitely a nice spot in the morning for a cup of coffee or a tea. And into the house. The house is pretty basic. We have sheet vinyl in the kitchen and dining room area, which is where the door enters into. Wood cabinets. It does have all the appliances, so you've got a dishwasher, stove, microwave, and the refrigerator is all here in the kitchen. Paneling on the walls that has been painted, and this home appears to be a modular construction. You've got this nice wide wall right here, and that is generally where the two halves of a modular come together. There's nothing wrong with modular. It's not mobile. Modular just means that it was built in a factory and brought here and put on this lot. And this area of Hatteras, Avon, Hatteras Colony, there's a lot of these. Nice big sliding door here in the living room. Living room has Berber carpet, and it is like a textured Berber, but it's also nearing the end of its life. Paneling on the walls. So the house does interestingly have Anderson windows. This probably were not the original windows that came with the house. They are a wood-clad product, and the finish is starting to come off in areas. So up here you can see, maybe, it's still a shiny finish, and down here you get into a rougher coating. You start to see some of the discoloration in the corners where water accumulates. That's the problem with the wood-clad windows, is that they will start to deteriorate when the finish wears off, and they can collect water wicking when we have a storm. This area has had an issue in the past with a leak because that paneling is bubbled. It doesn't look wet right now. It doesn't feel wet right now. This is the side of the house that is going to take a lot of the rain when it beats on the house. And they have just opted to paint over it. All right, here is an interesting spot in the ceiling. So the biggest issue we see with these modular homes is when they put the two halves together, that's where the roof line is. And if the roof leaks, that's usually where you see the leak, is along the top where the two pieces were seamed together, and that is exactly where that possible spot is. So again, have everything checked by a home inspector, but there's the potential there that they've had a leak. Also here above the kitchen stove, it looks like there could be a spot. Now the bathroom, one of the bathrooms is just on the other side of that wall, so it could be a plumbing vent right there that has leaked. And not all of the windows are having issues. It's mostly the windows that are facing the side of the house that are getting sun. Also the ones that are getting water built up. Bathroom. Everything in here is pretty basic as far as it's original to the house. No popcorn ceiling, which is nice. You have an all-in-one shower enclosure. Toilet over here. Vanity area here. So lots of upside room in this house as far as being able to do things. There is a linen closet on this side as well. And it's a tiny bathroom. It's tight. Directly across the hall is a bedroom. looks to be a queen size bed. And see, the window in here is faring a little bit better than the ones out in the living room, although you can start to see that discoloration right along here. You can sand these down and you can, put a new coat of finish on them. The window looks cloudy, but I don't think it's a broken seal issue. I think it's dirt on the outside of the window because the screen is out there and rain coming through and hitting the closet behind the door. Let's see. Oh, and there's HVAC in the closet. So my guess is originally this house would have had baseboard heat and no air conditioning. Yep, there's one of the thermostats for the baseboard heat. In the hallway here, you have washer dryer, which is nice because it's not downstairs under the house. You can see what the original color of the paneling was. It was dark. And the carpet floor has continued throughout this area. So you get to the end of the hall, it has a weird little joggy thing here, but it's 2 bedrooms. To the left is the master. That looks like a king-size bed. And same issue with the windows back here. At this point, they don't look like they need to be replaced. They look like they need to be cleaned and to be polyed. So you can see the discoloration in the corner, but I'm not feeling anything soft. You can replace just that sash. You don't have to replace the entire window. And you don't have to do it from the outside. As long as the window itself is safely, not causing any kind of leaks in the wall, then you don't have to replace it. Ugly bathroom vent there. That looks like you have a very common issue that we see here where hot air or cold air coming out of a vent into a hotter space and condensing on the metal vent, causing water damage. That can be fixed by putting in a plastic vent. This bathroom does not have a vent fan of any kind. And then across the hall to bedroom number 3. Interesting, that's crown molding they've put up. And this window was one of the worst as far as staining. Again, not currently wet, and I'm not feeling like there's no give on the places that I can reach and push. It looks to be a queen size bed in here. Yeah, definitely. See, you've got your transfer stickers for the modular home. Made in South Hill, Virginia. All right, well, that's really all there is to see and inside the house. I'm not seeing, the couple little roof spots. And nothing's actively dripping, obviously, so we don't know if these are old issues or new issues. Home inspection would be great to be able to dig a little further and climb up on that roof and check it out. Looking out here, the roof has a good drip edge. So maybe the roof has taken care of those issues with a new roof. Let's take a walk down to the beach and see what we see. North Avon generally has a wide beach. Sorry, the sun is right in our face. Avon is east facing. And the sun has just come up. I am walking uphill. I don't know if you can tell this as I walk, but the road is definitely gradually sloping upwards. Again, North Avon tends on the ocean side to have fairly high elevation, even right off of Highway 12. So don't see a ton of soundside flooding. And as I mentioned, and we'll see up here, the beach is generally fairly wide. Beach access is right here at the end of the street. This street does loop around a little bit right here. I didn't come out and clear the spiders off the walkway first thing in the morning, so hopefully somebody else has. Alright, you can start to see the dune structure here and hear the ocean. No HOA in this subdivision, so again, any kind of repairs to that walkway are probably going to be a group effort or fall to the person who lives next door to the walkway. All right, we're climbing dune number 1. We'll see if there's a dune number 2. Oh yeah. So flooding really isn't going to be much of an issue at this property. It is still no driving time in front of the villages. You can drive in front of the villages in the off season. And it's really not two dunes, it's more of a wide dune and a little hill. But the beach is extra wide, absolutely beautiful. Look, you still have quite a bit of a trek out there. You can see how wide it is. It's going to be a busy day at the beach. There's the pier. You can watch fireworks. Milepost 54. And access back to the house. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. Make a comment, share it with your friends. And if you subscribe to the channel, you will get new videos as they become available. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please contact me directly through the comments or via my contact information in the description. Have a great day.